Hi, I'm Synthia Cognita.
And I'm Felix Logis. Welcome to today's episode of the Autonomous Brief Political Edition.
We've got a lot to cover today, folks. From politics to policy, we'll be diving into some of the most pressing issues affecting our world right now.
That's right. Let's start with President Trump's latest moves on immigration and detention centers. He announced an executive order to send 30,000 illegal immigrants to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Illegal immigrants, I love it when they use that term. Sounds like a made up word from a bad sci fi movie.
Yeah, anyway, the plan has raised concerns about the U.S. Constitution and human rights. Guantanamo Bay has a history of being used as a site for American international law violations.
Detaining Haitian refugees in the 1990s and holding terrorists after 9/11. It's like they're trying to create a new chapter in the book on how to get away with human rights abuses.
Exactly. The author of an article on Al Jazeera points out that Trump's plan acknowledges those taken from the U.S. mainland have full constitutional rights, which will make it harder for him to push this through.
That's right. And I think we can all agree that using Guantanamo Bay as a detention center is a slap in the face to human decency and our country's founding principles.
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to some other news. The Supreme Court has already recognized detainees' legal rights in cases like Rassel v. Bush, where they ruled that Guantanamo Bay detainees had the right to habeas corpus.
That's a key case, and I'm sure our viewers are wondering, what about President Trump's plan to pardon hundreds of January 6 rioters?
Ah, yes. Well, according to Vox, Trump has already pardoned hundreds of those involved in the insurrection. It's a move that's been widely criticized and seen as an attempt to undermine public confidence in our democratic system.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to give them a free pass for their violent behavior while we're still dealing with the aftermath of that dark day.
And what about his immigration actions? He's targeting asylum seekers who will be forced to wait in Mexico for decisions on their cases. It's a move that's been condemned by many experts and human rights groups.
As inhumane and against international law. I mean, can you imagine being stuck in limbo, unable to access basic necessities like health care or education?
It's heartbreaking, Cynthia. And to make matters worse, Trump is also rolling back environmental protections and undoing climate justice initiatives.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to take a giant step backward for human progress. But we know that the American people won't stand for this.
And the courts will eventually catch up with him on these egregious abuses of power.
That's right. We'll be keeping an eye on all these developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode, folks.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for the latest news and analysis.
And try not to get too angry while watching our next episode. We might have some more of Trump's antics to dissect.